Gran Turismo Spec II Mod is something the community has been waiting on for a while now, with it being teased in the randomizer mod previously. New event hall championships, and new engine sounds, tracks, and cars as well. But the biggest change for what I do on the channel is the brand new prize car list for each event, which means my first thought was a redo of my prize car only run to see what I can do with the new cars the game gave me. I wasn't even planning to do a video of this, as the Enthusia video was supposed to come out first, but with the sudden drop of the mod, and my plans for Enthusia being put on an indefinite hold while I work out some other things, we have a new challenge. But I knew I wanted to do something a little bigger if I was already revisiting runs. So let me introduce the GT4 Spec II challenge without spending money. As always with these types of videos, we start off with a license test to see what cars I can start my journey off with. Keep in mind for right now I'm only getting silvers on everything, including the super license, even though I somehow missed getting the silver on IB14 because everyone on the call was out of pocket as usual.
Dude, the perfect argument against flat earthers. Explain mountains.
Explain the Mariana Trench, idiot.
Where I hide my drugs.
It's a lot of drugs you're hiding in there.
Yeah, dude, can't let the government find it.
Just like compress it like into like one like penny-sized thing of cocaine. So you store it all at once and you just explode.
No, you see, you like make like a giant bag, like 1,000-pound like giant container of it, and as you drop it, it gets compressed down and like hides itself.
And how do you uncompress it?
I haven't thought that far ahead yet.
How are you getting it out of there?
Are
you just dumping cocaine in the ocean?
We figured out that when it becomes necessary, okay?
It's necessary right now. How are you getting the cocaine out of the ocean?
The fish.
You have fucking Aquaman down there?
It from the fish's bloodstream. Like, see, the fish get high on the cocaine, and we extract it from the fish's DNA.
The cocaine doesn't go to DNA, idiot.
Yes, it does.
No.
All right, prove it.
The DNA.
You are getting this right, Val.
Yes. I can't even with this fucking idiot.
Oh, there we go. Double the autism. You're not gonna be able to survive this, Val. Dude, my autism meter is going through the roof right now.
Crazy.
Yep.
Oh, bro's burger and his king.
I want you to explain to Kenobi why trying to extract cocaine from fish DNA after it's been at the bottom of the Mariana Trench isn't gonna work.
I think it will. Like, so hear me. Okay, I'll give you the lore backstory. I gotta hide the cocaine in the Mariana Trench, but the way I get it out is that the fish get high on it, and I take it out of their DNA. Like, it's a foolproof plan.
You might be able to get traces of it out of their bloodstream, but not DNA.
Okay,
Dude, have you not seen SpongeBob?
What does DNA stand for?
Okay. My only solution to this problem is to go watch more SpongeBob.
But back to the prize cars. For the B license, I got the Nissan Micra and the Pontiac Sunfire. For the A license, I got the MX Cross Sport Concept and the Chevy SST Concept. IB, I got the Hyundai Clix and the RX-8. IA license, I got the Nismo Z33 Z-Tune and the Nismo R34 R-Tune. And for the S license, I got the Shelby Cobra and probably the most disappointing one, the Camaro IROC Concept. Now, while I do love the design of this car, it being put as a silver prize for the super license makes it pretty irrelevant considering the car we get just before it. And spoiler alert, we don't really use the Camaro anywhere else in this run. The first two events I tried to do speak volumes to the task I was up against in this challenge. My first thought was to take this baby oil colored Micra and do its one make event, but I saw it had an open tire choice, which kinda spelled doom for me when I tried to do the event itself. Normally, any prize car you would get would be on sports tires by default, but something the Spec II mod changed is that most road cars now start on road hard tires instead, meaning I had to put in way more effort than I wanted to just for the first race. So I just said, screw it, we'll just go straight into the Sunday Cup. But even when I went into the Sunday Cup, I tried to take this Pontiac Sunfire, and there's now a credit limit on cars. The base car price is only $30K now, so that means you still have to use something cheap, and I guess the Pontiac Sunfire was just too expensive for what I was trying to do with a base credit price of $35K. But with both of those, we now have our yin and yang for the challenge ahead of us, the new tire changes and the revamped event restrictions. Our end goal would remain the same, as to get to the GT World Championship and try to beat every event in our way. Although now there are some new events added into the mix that we have to account for, as well as the end game championship itself being in the Extreme Hall versus the end of the Professional Hall. I will still use this as the endpoint for this video, but I'm curious to see where you guys would see the technical endgame for the Spec II mod. But now let's make a completion checklist of what we need to do in order to get us into the Extreme Hall. We've got all of our usual suspects in the beginner hall for our standard Gran Turismo 4 run, but we also have some new additions with the 4-cylinder shootout, the Super Wagon series, and the 6-cylinder shootout. The Professional Hall did have a little bit more changed, with the GT World Championship being swapped out for Premium Sports Lounge, and the City Slickers, Clubman League, and Homologation Heroes events being added in as well. We restarted our journey by taking the Sunfire into the FF Cup, and even though the cars were a little bit faster than me, especially at a power-heavy track like Midfield, I took the win off a better skill and a couple of well-timed blocks, shall we say. The story was similar for Hong Kong and Suzuka, which had nothing more of note. And for my troubles, I ended up getting a Mark V GTI, which was a little cheaper than the Sunfire, but still not cheap enough for the Sunday Cup. So, little useless for right now. On to the next event, which is the 4-cylinder shootout, but the races in here were kind of just glorified Sunday Cup opponent lists, so no real issues in here either. Whooped everything pretty quickly and got Integra for my troubles, or as we would call it in the States, an RSX, but I like the Integra better. Sue me. But this Integra was finally cheap enough to get me into the Sunday Cup, and neither the races or the prize car itself were anything worth talking about. But at this point, as I was looking in my garage, I kept seeing this Shelby Cobra and it was pretty much begging to be used, so I went ahead and took it into Spider and Roadster to get in and stretch its legs out a little bit. But this was one of the cars on road tires instead of sport tires, and it makes the handling turn to GT3 AI levels of bad. It did take me a race or two to adjust after coming from the handling dream that was the Integra, but after a little bit the event was done and a Vauxhall VX220 was added to the collection. I went ahead and knocked out the FR challenge at the same time, which didn't take up much time, with a Honda S800 as my prize car, which I would end up using this for the K-Car Cup shortly thereafter. I went back into the garage for another mix-up and ended up taking the Hyundai Clicks out for the 4-wheel drive cup and the Hyundai Sports Festival, and using the HDC 6 from that to knock out the MR challenge as well. And for the Super Wagon series, we ended up using the Mitsubishi Airtrek from the 4-wheel drive cup to go ahead and knock that one out as well. And with us completing the sports truck race, that was our last race in the beginner hall, and we come back to now an old staple from Gran Turismo 3, where you get a prize car for completing every event in a category. And for this we got another RX-8. Whoa. But as we got on to the professional league, I was just in my element, knocking out races like I normally do with only a few skill issues along the way. But then I got sidetracked a little bit by running a couple of the one-make races just out of curiosity. I had no idea what the prize car list was for the mod, and I was kind of spitballing a lot of this challenge at this point. I knew I didn't really want to look up a full prize car list unless I got absolutely stuck, but I knew we were missing a few things at this point, so why not look into some of the one-make events? These were some of the more game-breaking prize cars in the base game, even though we already did the Hyundai event and still got a useful car in the HDC 6. The next one-make event I entered would be the Type R event, and this Integra from earlier would show its prowess and then some as it smacked around the NSXs with relative ease. Our reward for everything would put all the other cars we were up against to shame, as we won the NSX LM road car. Even on the standard road tires it came with, this car would absolutely just shred through any opponent I put it against, as it easily took out the new City Slickers event, which is open to production cars only. And yes, this somehow counts as a production car, even though it's a GT Dream car, I guess, due to Dream homologation rules. Sure, whatever, you want polyphony. Everything in the Premium Sports Lounge went down without a fight as well. The only event I semi-struggled in this car was the Supercar Festival, as cars like the Cadillac Sienne at New York with its super long straights were just too much to overcome with the comparatively limited power of the NSX. But I pulled through on the last lap with only a minor amount of tactics, we shall say. The rest of the races in there went a lot smoother, as I could use my grip advantage to win instead of relying on Forza moves. Around this time, I was looking into another changeup as I took a detour into the special conditions events to try and find a Subaru for the Boxer Spirit event. I knew there had to be some Subaru prize cars in here somewhere, so I started with the dry surfaces to get myself a rally car just in case one of these didn't give me what I needed. A couple races in, I did end up getting a Blob-Eye Pro Drive STI and about a half a dozen rally cars to choose from. We ended up taking this Evo 4 rally car and took it into the Clubman League for race cars under 296. We only had a few more events left before the GT World Championship and still not much in the way of actual Group C contenders. So I called in my lifeline in Bengals to kind of point me in the right direction by looking at the prize car list without actually telling me.
And just to be clear, you said you don't want to know what the prize cars are, right?
Is there even a list of the prize cars for Spec 2?
Let me look it up. I have a full list of the prize car list. What exactly are you looking for?
Okay, well, yes, tell me this off the bat. Is it worth suffering through this fucking slipstream battle to get the mission haul 21 through 24 car? Don't tell me what it is, just tell me if it's worth it.
Is it worth it?
Because, like, I'm mostly, like, I got all the lower end stuff I need. I mostly just need, like, higher stuff, like, higher than that GTR race car I have.
So, specifically for 21 to 24, it is not worth it. Because you're pretty much going to get the same thing. However, okay, so if you 35 through 40 is absolutely worth. 30 through 34 is also worth, but you'd have to go through 34. Okay,
well, I'll have that as a kind of fallback. Let me finish out Professional League.
The JGTC GT500, is that like a Japan Racing Championship?
Yeah,
like the ultimate one?
Because I can use the GTR in there.
Oh, okay.
Because I thought about doing that anyway in the GTR.
My advice, do it.
Okay. Fucking shit!
What about the other one?
What do you mean other one?
No, the other event.
Oh, it's not GT300. I can tell you that.
No.
Yeah.
Yo, the Amame Aspera drink, dude.
I like this thing. They don't have the other road prepped version, which kind of sucks. I would have loved to drive it in this game, but I think they just added it in GT5.
I'm not seeing a JGTC car you can win from the driving missions, though.
That's fine.
But you can get some baller cars from these driving missions. Wait, no shot.
Huh.
It also might be in your best interest to do one of the Mazda events.
Do you get one of... Okay. It's because it's nothing I can use in any of the JGTC ones, is it? Either 300 or 500?
Well...
Because I know I can't use it in 500. And the only one I'd be able to use the 300 is the REM EMEA RX-7. Let me guess. The RX-8 LM? Or the RX-7 LM? Because if it's either one of those, then... Like, I have the GTR LM, which does the same purpose, so it's not worth it. Unless I get a fucking 787B from it.
Oh, no 787B.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I'm like, that's too game-breaking.
But I'm just saying it might be in your best interest to do so.
God damn it. Because, okay, so the only ones I can think of are the, Club RE ones. God damn, you're gonna make me go do it, aren't you?
I'm not saying anything. If you want to go do it, you can.
I swear to God, I'm gonna get, like, just... I'm gonna get something that's not even worth my time. You're just gaslighting me.
Would I seriously gaslight you?
You've done it already.
Again.
Maybe. I don't know. And off to Club RE I go to find this mystery car that would 100% help me. And this wouldn't be easy as I struggled against the upgraded RX-7s and I kind of started to feel hopeless. But then, I remembered what my bread and butter was. Tactics. Of course.
Bruh.
I'm restarting. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Don't pay attention to what I did.
I wasn't paying attention.
Good.
But no, you're not gonna put that in the recording. I know you won't. Can you cut through the big shade of not shade, but like I guess not. I guess it wouldn't be worth it, or would it?
Oh shit!
Okay, it's worth it if you handle it correctly. It can be done, Val.
I know, I just need to not spin my tires in this.
Yes. Oh, I see what you're doing. Oh, no, I forgot my bonking duties.
See, that's what I was trying to do the first time, but I clipped the inside tire barrier. Shit, I'm losing ground. What to do? Go gadget tactics. Shit.
No, I mean... No, there's no... You're not coming back from that, bro.
Yes, I am.
All right.
Only lost like 2 seconds. We're good.
No way. No way.
Go gadget, more tactics. Why, yeah, that speed is shit. I might have to do this flat out and go into the like extra bit here. Oh, I went too far. Okay. I can do this correctly. I can do this correctly. I can do this correctly.
Oh, hi, crazy.
Oh, I braked way too much for that shit.
What up, gamers? Today,
Oh, he bros at work. Dude.
in this boiler chat. What did you say?
Like that.
What? What?
Yeah, that was flawlessly done, Val.
What the flip, dude? Not cool. Anyway, we're gonna take this shit apart. Basket cleaner. Look at all that. Disgusting.
I know those
Sky
are
over
delayed.
here.
That's fine.
You're making.
Dude,
Oh,
he's
shit.
cheesier than I am.
Oh, you're doing cash your card, sir.
He's
over here.
Bro's taking orders.
What can I get you?
What?
Bacon King?
Sigma?
I got you. Anything else?
Bro thinks he's him.
Okay, Val, focus. Lock in. Focus.
1631.
To be a professional driver, you have to clear your mind of all distractions.
He can't when Crazy thinks he's part of the hood.
Don't give in to the tard right now. Especially since, blood's right behind you.
Here you go, sir.
He's right behind me, isn't he?
Oh, that might have been a little too late.
Words and drinks will be over here.
No. You can do that?
You're welcome, my guy. I'll get right on it.
Oh.
Val, do not interrupt me when I'm getting a customer food.
No!
You hear me?
The real question is, why are you in the VC while you're giving a customer food?
I didn't think
Val,
I didn't really attention that he freaking walked up, so my bad.
Crazy, you distracted him. No, gotta do it again.
He's gonna squeeze me off here. Yep, of course.
Oh, he went in the sand a little bit.
I overcooked it a little bit. I'm more in the sand.
No. Angry sand noises.
You're pushing me, damn it! Go!
That was... Val,
Run, bitch, run! It's like a goddamn tactical missile. Okay, I should have this. As long as I know my braking zone for the last corner.
Yes, focus.
Okay, we're good. We're good. We're fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's not fine, Val.
I did. And with that Forza lobby over with, we get our reward. A GT300 car. Well, I mean, this is my favorite GT300 car in the game. But how would this be more useful than what I already had? Well, there is a new GT300 exclusive event in the Japanese hall that I am also assured by Bengals would be worth my time. Okay, sure. Why not? We got the event out of the way, minus a few AI hiccups on the likes of Fuji Speedway. We will talk about this more at the end of the video. But we now get a GT500 Supra for our troubles. Okay, I see the path they want us to go on now. Into the GT500 Cup, with minimal issues and maximal AI goofiness, and we get to see what all the effort for all of this was worth. R390 GT1. Now I do really like this car, but I wasn't quite sure that I could take on the GT World Championship in it without buying other tire compounds for strategy reasons. But before I even attempted that, we still had a couple of stragglers in the professional hall to clean out. First up was the Boxer Spirit, which really shouldn't have been a challenge under normal conditions, but this Pro Drive STI I was driving just could not keep up on power, and I could not make up the difference in the corners. The other event was the Tuning Car Grand Prix, and it ended up being the complete opposite story. Since this event had a free tire choice, every other opponent were on racing tires, and since every tuner car that I could remember off the top of my head came with sports tires by default, it was a massive challenge to say the least. I had tried a couple of different times up to this point, and I made some headway in the Nismo R34, but I just couldn't keep up in the corners and they would just rocket me out of the straights and I had no chance. So this is where I admit partial defeat. I had to buy tires. So challenge failed. I end up having to buy a set of racing softs for the Nismo R34 and a pair of sports softs for the Subaru rally car. And both of these events were won completely pain-free after that, which makes me kind of feel like I did something wrong, but the tires in this game were just that important. But now, there was only one thing that I was assured would be worth my time by Bengals, and that was in the driving missions. The Spec II update brought back some of the cut content that was in the base game in the form of driving missions 35 through 40, which makes a lot more sense as I was researching this video. I always thought it was weird that it ended on driving mission 34 and not go all the way up to 40, but now we get back to 40. These are the chase battles, in which the cars you drive don't have a significant advantage over your opponent like the 3-lap battle or 1-lap matching events. You do get a smaller gap to the car in front, but you have to rely on your own skill to make the pass and win the event in 2 laps, with the 6 events being split straight down the middle between racing rally cars for the first 3 and LMP cars for the final 3. The only thing that was changed between the cut content and the release of these was that for the last 3 events, the tracks were changed, which I am honestly very glad about, because these fast prototypes on the tight street circuits that they wanted in the original game would have not been fun whatsoever. The last 3 LMP events would be replaced by Midfield Raceway, El Capitan, my favorite, and the Nürburgring, in that order. And all of these events were a very welcome challenge, except for the last challenge against the Sauber C9 and the CLK-LM. This event took me close to an hour and a half to complete, of utter silence in a VC with everyone else. This was not fun, but I was still told that the prize car for 35 through 40 would be totally worth it, and didn't expect that. I kind of forgot to tell Bengals that something like this would be too game-breaking, but I don't care. All of these have been some impossible challenge for the GT World Championship. I don't care.
Feel like you're ready for the GT World Championship now?
Yeah. Won every race, skipped a couple, don't care. Challenge, done. I mean, I wasn't expecting to get the prize car I got, sure. And I know it was cheap, to say the least, to end the challenge with a complete stomping in the Formula GT. But I had already decided at this point in my head that I wanted to slowly 100% the Spec II mod, so I put the Formula GT away after I came to my senses, and started the rest of the extreme events and the R390. The events like the Real Circuit Tours and the GT All-Stars have the same opponent pool as the World Championship, and even though the lap counts were less so you didn't have to even pit in these races, I won easily, making me question whether or not I even had to use the Formula GT in the first place, but oh well. I guess we'll know later. Now, as for the Spec II mod as a whole, I know it's been a bit decisive in some of the way the AI behave, especially in the GT300 and GT500 championships, but I still feel like the sentiment all around has been a little more negative than I would have expected. I mean, yeah, a lot of the content promoting the game has still been very positive, but I'm still seeing a lot of people kind of rip it apart in the comments for some of these, or maybe that's just how I'm feeling about it and that's just the negativity bias speaking. I know the author of the mod has been putting out a bunch of patches which have actually fixed a lot of the AI issues, and I've seen specifically the GT300 championship. They're even still adding in features such as a track randomizer based off the same seed as the prize car randomizer. So that could be a fun speedrun challenge in itself, trying to get the luck of the draw with as many short tracks as possible in these single race events. The author still keeps a patch list of everything up on his website, so I highly recommend looking at all the changes for yourself, which I will link down below, and so you can find everything out and also play the game for yourself. It does take a little bit of effort to get running with the X Delta patcher, but it's 100% worth it, as I feel like it even qualifies as a brand new Gran Turismo experience for me. And honestly, this is probably the way I'm going to be doing GT challenge videos from here out, just because of the quality of life updates. I mean, hell, I already have another challenge video that I'm in the testing stages for right now. But the last thing I do want to end on is a bounty for the Tuning Cup Grand Prix and the Boxer Spirit events without spending any money. So a completely stock car that is a prize car that you can get beat either one of these events. I'm curious to know if there is a way to beat these without spending any money. So if you guys have any ideas or any proof for it, then please let me know in the comments down below. I'll still be checking everything regularly, just because it's a itch in the back of my head right now that I feel like I couldn't do it correctly. But that'll do it for this video here. I thank you guys for supporting me through all this. I still see comments to this day like, where's the new video? Where's the new video? I'm like, wow, I actually have a lot of fans that are asking for this. I didn't even think so. But I see you guys down there, and I appreciate every one of you. So check back soon. I want to have another video out by the end of the year, which is rich coming from me, I know, but I feel like this next challenge video I can get done relatively quick as long as I have the fire underneath my seat, so to say. But make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all the fun stuff, even though I hate telling people to do that. Share it around. Hopefully this one can get some decent amount of views too, even though I don't really even care about that. I just care about making the best content for you guys that I can. It still means the world to me. I appreciate you guys. Have a good rest of your night.